want to bless everyone here that will be part of what we will do. For it is important, Creator, to be grateful for this day that has no rain, that the sun will come out and join us, that we'll be here with the two-legged, the four-legged, and if we're lucky, the winged ones. So we all offer you this age, Creator, for we are so very grateful to be having this opportunity to take our message to the whole world. Not just to the east, west, north, and south, but to the whole world. So on this day, Kai and I and Michael and Ilona in back of you offer you this age, for we are grateful. Oh.
And the sun comes out.
Of course! I have come from a long way to meet your people, to be with your country, to be with all the energies of this beautiful and wonderful country. My spiritual adopted granddaughter, Ali, is going to marry a Swedish man, Hans, and I wanted to be here for their wedding, but I also wanted to be here to meet the people, to bring my message of peace, global peace, and goodwill. The mayor of my town, of Taos, New Mexico, has appointed me an ambassador of peace and goodwill to bring a proclamation of peace to present to the mayors in the different cities of Sweden, of Germany, and Norway. And these particular proclamations speak of that in our very, very small town of maybe 8,000 people that is inhabited by the Tiwa tribal people, the Tiwa Indian people, as well as others, have gotten to a part of their recognition of having global peace, being responsible for the earth, the water, the air, the trees, the flowers, everything in it. And so what this proclamation brings to light for the mayors of Sweden and Norway and Germany, which we hope to travel to, it says primarily from my mayor to the mayors of the towns in these countries, whereas senseless loss of life, liberty, and property can be finished once we all regain a vision of world peace, and whereas the Global Peace Walk brings together the human race to walk for global peace now, toward a global peace zone, which is in our town, in Taos, whereas the Global Peace Walk has served as to bring awareness of the original charter of the United Nations and the effort to create a culture of peace for the 21st century following so much war and relocation of the 20th century, and a worldwide global peace zone project, which is in our town. A global peace zone of peace is needed to bring back a sanctuary and harmony to our world, which will protect the land and the life for the benefit of our future generations and all our relations. And whereas this walk ends in Taos, the first global peace zone, on Earth Day, April the 22nd, every year, but in this year it was, of course, 2012, with a tree planting ceremony with a beautiful cherry blossom tree at the Kit Carson Park, and a spiritual environmental summit where many Indian people and other people come from Santa Fe. It takes them a week to walk and make it from Santa Fe to Taos. If it takes an hour and a half by car, it takes them a week to walk it. And they arrive, bring in this beautiful tree, and bring in their flags, their Indian flags, their American flags, their flags from all over, to be able to have this gathering of all the people there to bring forth the planting of this beautiful tree. Once a year since 2010, we have been doing that. I am there with other spiritual leaders. We can have the Japanese Buddhas, we can have the Hindu, we can have other spiritual cultures, but I am there to be sure that I represent the Native American spiritual involvement in this, because I live in that town and I love it very much. With that, I also have a letter of introduction that is very important, that represents me as being an ambassador of peace and goodwill from our town, from our city, to the other people. And it also is asking and inviting the mayors to allow me to perform a Native American peace prayer and blessing in their city hall, which I have done several times in Switzerland and other places. My picture of my wonderful mayor, our present mayor in Taos, is Mayor Daryl Cordova. The proclamation is extremely important to me. But more important than that is being with the people and the country of Sweden. But it is in my intention as a Cherokee spiritual medicine woman that I also bring attention to you, that I am a peace warrior. Wherever I go, and I have traveled all over the world, I will take my work, my peace ceremonies, bringing the people together, performing blessings, performing even private work for them. But what I do is to bring the people in groups of circles. The very first day that I arrived, I saw everything and was very impressed with the green, the beautiful, the trees, the grass, that there is so much life here. And as we proceeded to the actual first day that I was here, the following day, on that day I performed a ceremony for 40 people in a private home. And for, I think it was 2.5, 3 hours, we were able to do things in the Native American spiritual way. A secret and a sacred ceremony in private of all the people that were there, men and women. So as we went through the ceremony in the Native American tradition, my heart was open to everyone. There was drumming, a lot of drumming. I brought my own drum, and then I have a huge drum where 4 people can drum at the same time. But what I did was bring my traditional, sacred, spiritual way to teach the people, but to share with them. Not just say, here, do it with a drum. I showed them, I guided them, I helped them, I protected them, I provided for them. And I was able to share with them. Everyone was very happy, and I was felt very blessed that it was arranged that I would be able to have the very first ceremony, actually the very first day I was actually here. With that in mind, I will tell you that this is what I will be doing, as I have done in many other countries, to bring myself, to bring my drums, my rattles, my sacred sage, my traditional Cherokee Native American spiritual ways, and help the people know there is a way to connect with the Great Spirit. There is a way to connect with Mother Earth. There is a way to bring it together and be in balance in your heart. For as we walk this earth, we are responsible not only to our children, our husbands, our maids, our parents. We're responsible to Mother Earth and everything of her. When we pray, we call in the 4 directions: the east, the west, the north, the south. Father Sky, which is Sohotema, Mother Earth, which is Ehotema. But we call in the 4 elements: air, earth, fire, water. Everything that is of this earth is alive. The trees, the rivers, the flowers, everything that we eat from her, down to everything is alive. It is green, it is living, down to the very last blade of grass. But we come as caretakers, or should be caretakers in our traditional way. We are responsible for 7 generations. Not only for our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, but 4 more generations. We are responsible to care and take care of, cultivate, but prepare and care for everything that is of the air, the water, the earth. So when we leave, we will not leave it desecrated, exterminated, destroyed, contaminated. The air, the trees, the grass, the rivers, everything should be left even better than when we are living on it, using it. We should be the caretakers. That is the responsibility of every human being.